In this video, I'm going to share with you the strategy that we've repeatedly used to generate over 10 times our daily average website traffic. Let me show you on the computer. So just to show you how successful this strategy is, you can see here, this is our Google Analytics. These two big peaks here are from 2 articles we've written using this strategy recently, and it consistently generates over 10 times the amount of website traffic that we normally get. And we've tested this in lots of different industries and it works really, really well. Before I get into that, you should really subscribe to our channel. If you haven't subscribed to our channel or connected with us on social, we create weekly tutorials, videos to help you generate more leads and sales online. We teach you everything you need to know around social media, video, marketing online. So please do subscribe and connect with us. It will be worth your while, I promise. So here's an example here, which is a list of influencers in a certain niche. So this strategy works by, number 1, using a tool to identify influencers on a specific topic. Number 2, creating a list of those influencers as an article like this one here. Number 3, then linking to all of these influencers' accounts on the list. Number 4, reaching out to these influencers and saying, hey, we've written an article of top influencers, you were featured. Number 5, what normally happens is those influencers will share that to their large online audiences. 1, it's good because this is a valuable resource for your audience, it's relevant, it's a list of influential people that you can learn from. And 2, it generates a lot of traffic because influencers like their egos being stroked, they like being shown to look good, and these kind of lists make them look good, so they share it with their audience. So this is what it looks like here, just to show you. We've got an article here with an intro. We've got a methodology to show how the list is calculated. One thing that's important here is you want to show that this is backed up by data. It's not just a list that I've come up with in my head. We've used a tool to identify this. How to gain value from this list. I like to share this because it shows people how they can gain value from reading this article. And then we have the list here of influencers, their accounts, and a few bits of data to back up how influential they are. Now let me show you how to create one of these for yourself. Number 1, you need to think about a topic that you want to create this on. Now it needs to be something relevant around your industry. So for example, if you're an accountant, you could create a top list of influencers in the finance industry. If you are a marketer like me, you could create a list of top 100 marketers. Whatever it is, it needs to be relevant to your business, your industry, and what your audience are interested in. So once you've come up with that topic, you then go to a tool like this. This is an influencer identification tool called BuzzSumo. They have a free trial which you can test out. There's other tools out there like Analytica, Follow a Wonk. Just Google influencer identification tool and you'll find a load. Various pricing dependent on how advanced they are. So once you've opened the influencer identification tool, in this case BuzzSumo, we then type in the keyword that we want to create a list around. So let's choose digital marketing in this case. Click enter. So now this is going to bring up a list of top influencers around the key phrase digital marketing. Now BuzzSumo gathers data from Twitter, so this is mainly based around data from Twitter, but other tools use different sources. Once we've got this list, you'll see here in BuzzSumo that there's some columns on the right which show you some data around the influencer, so page authority, domain authority, Twitter followers, retweet ratio, various different columns of data to show you how this influencer performs on Twitter. But there's lots of really great marketers on here that you should follow. But yeah, in your case, there'll be lots of accountants or finance people or builders or whatever it is that you're creating a list on. Once you've got that, then you want to export the data. So I'm going to export it here by clicking export. Whilst that's exporting, what this is going to do is it's going to export this to an Excel spreadsheet, which I can then identify the top 100, delete the rest, and make it look like a nice table that we can then input into a blog or an article. It kind of looks like the Matrix because there's loads and loads of pieces of data. You can see there's the ID, the Twitter account ID, we don't need that. There's a Twitter handle, bio, page authority, etc. So again, you can choose what you want in your table, in your list of influencers. You may even not want to use a table. You may want to just write the influencer's name in a blog, add an image, and then do it like that. But this is how we do it. So first of all, I'm going to delete the columns we don't want. So I do want their Twitter handle. I don't want to include their bio. So let's just say I was making a simple table here, which is going to include the Twitter handle. I can make that title look a bit better. Page authority. So now we have a table here which we can highlight. We can put a number on the left hand side to make it so it's numbered and pick the top 100. So we can now put a column on the left potentially saying rank, where they're ranked. And now we have this table We can highlight it in Excel here, make it look nice by adding some bars around it like that. So now we've got that table, we can right click, copy. Now we need to go into wherever we write our articles or our blogs. So in our case, it's WordPress. Let's just say I'm going to add a new post in WordPress, but you could be doing this on anything, Blogger or whatever you create articles on. The top 100 digital marketing influencers on Twitter in 20. Name it whatever you want. We try and do some keyword research to check that it's optimized for SEO. And then I can control or right click, paste. And look, it's pasted in the table here. Another really, really important thing, for each of these Twitter accounts, make sure you add a link to the person's Twitter. We want them to know that it's a valuable resource that's going to send traffic to their Twitter. They're going to be more likely to share it if you're generating traffic towards one of their accounts. Another really important key thing to increase the amount of influencers that share this is to ensure you create some kind of imagery which includes a photo of them. Psychologically, if people see their own photo on a piece of content, they're going to be more likely to share it, especially if it's a piece of content that makes them look good. I've included an intro, how the list is calculated. We actually reached out to BuzzSumo and asked them how their tool works because we want to make sure we get the information right here, but you reach out to whichever influencer identification tool you use. And then here is the actual list. Okay, so you can see we've chosen the different columns here: page authority, reply ratio, retweet ratio, URL share ratio. And then you can easily click and it goes to the Twitter account of the person we've listed. So when we've got a lovely article written like this, with some nice imagery at the top and methodology, post it. The next step is to reach out to all of these individual people and let them know that they've been featured in this article. So there's a number of ways you can do that. We tend to do it through Twitter, so direct messaging on Twitter. You could email them, you could look at their website on their contact form and do it that way. What you don't want to do is ask them to share it. You don't want to look like you're just trying to just get traffic here. This is a valuable resource for your audience. All I do is I reach out and say, hey, we've identified you as an influencer using BuzzSumo, and this is the article, just to give you a heads up. And that's what you do. And then you wait for the traffic to come in. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so around this video or connect with me if this is on another channel. And we share weekly videos teaching you how to generate more leads and sales through social media marketing, video marketing, and content marketing. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.